Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. Oh, no.
There. Ahoy! Welcome into the Junk Drawer, part of the Cork Bats Podcast Network. Happy Columbus Day to those who celebrate, and
Wow.
happy Indigenous Peoples Day to those who don't. Today is October 11th, 2021. What is up, junkies? I'm Austin. That's AD. What's up, AD?
Austin, happy Victory Monday to you and myself.
And what were we just saying last week on this podcast? Like how rarely, like the two of us win on the same week, and my Titans, your Steelers. Just it was a good weekend for Cork. Well, the Cinnaboys Chiefs. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Okay, yeah, true. Yeah.
Our sister podcast, this Cinnaboys. Keep in mind, keyword there, sister podcast. Look, if you're here for the first time because of Jason Kidd's caller, welcome. Thank you for following and for joining us. We appreciate it. We have a family of podcasts at Cork Bats. This is one of them. This is a podcast where we just talk about anything, hence the name, the Junk Drawer. The Junk Drawer is a drawer where you just throw everything in there. This is kind of that, but in podcast form. Sports, movies, pop culture, anything like freaking... here I am. I can't even think of anything that we talk about.
Hodgepodge.
It's a great endorsement for the podcast right off the bat, isn't it? This is so, and now that we live stream, you can interact. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to chime into the comments.
Please comment.
The best comments will get added to the show, so you can kind of steer the show wherever you want it to go. If your comment's good enough, of course. And then also, look, since we are a podcast, I know everyone's got podcasts out there. Literally, if there are 7 billion people on planet Earth, there are 9 billion podcasts out there. This is just one of them. So we ask that you subscribe, rate, and review.
Yeah, please.
Just, we're legally obligated to say that at the top of every podcast. You have to say that. So we're just doing our part. Each week on this podcast, we do a segment. We do a segment called Good, Back, Ugly, which we'll get to in a second. But first, AD, name a woman.
Vera Bradley. I'm not sure if she's real, but
the wedding dress designer,
like or purse. Yeah. I hope she's real. Or else I'm looking like a fool early.
Okay.
Here.
First of all, Google that right now. Vera Bradley. Does she do purses? I think she just does wedding dresses, doesn't she?
I think it's also purses.
Oh, maybe it's purses. No.
Luggage,
who am I thinking
luggage
of?
and handbag.
There's not that I should know who the wedding dress designer is. But
someone else has asked this before. Yes, she is. Okay, there we go.
Vera Bradley is a real person?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And she does purses?
She does purses and handbags and luggage, apparently.
Who is the wedding dress designer? Vera Wang. Vera
Wang. There you go. There you go. I was going to say, I have no
I don't even know. Is Vera Wang a woman? Google that real quick. All right.
Okay.
And so on top of that, we also do it's thundering and lightning here. I'm in downtown Chicago. It's
very much a real person. Very much a real person.
Okay. All right. Good. We also do a segment called Good, Back, and Ugly, where we give you the good of the week, we give you the back of the week, and we give you the ugly of the week. And as we do, we always start with our guy AD. AD, what do you got for your good of the week?
Oh boy. So you kind of let off with it a little bit there for the new people in here. It's Jason Kidd's caller. So. That's going to be my good of the week, I think, for the rest of the year. An unbelievable story, an unbelievable picture, really, to begin with. Austin, I think you can pull that up for us there.
Yes. Yeah.
Jason Kidd, I'm not sure if he was going bowling or if he was going for a photo shoot. Whatever the case may be, his picture day, there it is right there. It just the collar is just absolutely ridiculous. I've never seen a collar that big, and I don't even know how many collars I've seen, but I've never seen one that big. But it's unbelievable. Then Austin, of course, you took it and just straight up ran with it. And what was it? For every 25 retweets, you said?
Yeah, it was for every 25 likes that this gets, we were going to
likes. That's right. Yeah.
we were going to make Jason Kidd's collar bigger. And AD, my goodness, man, I don't know why I undersold it so much. I don't know why I went with 25 likes. Like 25 likes is probably like on average the number of like likes that we get on a tweet. So I was thinking, okay, we'll get 200, maybe 400 on a good tweet.
It'll play a little well. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like I'll probably Photoshop like 6 or 7 Jason Kidd collars.
Would you say that your high end goal was maybe 1,000? Like maybe 1,000 was attainable, right?
Yeah, I would say that. I was like, okay, if we get to 1,000, that'll be funny. AD, I'd be lying, dude. Like I started this Thursday night. We went. I had dinner Thursday night with my wife, a little date night. My pregnant wife.
Very nice.
And I started this right before we went to dinner. That was a bad decision right there. Because
you turned date night into Photoshop night.
Shout out to our guy. Yeah, right. Shout out to our guy, Kyle Brandt, because literally right before I left for dinner, he gave it a retweet. And that was probably like the first big boost that we got. That got a lot of eyeballs on it for sure. While we're sitting at dinner, AD, because I ended up having to go to dinner and like putting the Photoshops on hold. While we're at dinner, we're at 20. We were at 2,500 likes. So I'm like, oh, good. So now I have to make 100. I have to make 100 Photoshops. Like I'm looking at 100 Photoshops right now that I have to do.
You signed up for this. You did.
I did sign up for it. I'm not saying woe is me. This is all on me. This is my doing. I created this monster.
Yeah.
And let's just and then that night, and I work a morning show here in Chicago on the radio, and it's so I have to get up at 4:00 in the morning. So I come home from dinner and I'm like, well, I gotta knock out a few more before bed. AD, I didn't get to bed that night until probably 12:30 at night. And
there was so much dopamine going through your body.
There was a lot of dopamine. There's a lot of dopamine. I was like, oh damn.
And like adrenaline. Like there's no way you were falling asleep early that night.
Right. I was like, but I gotta pay this off. I gotta pay it off. So I got to right here on Thursday night. And then I tweeted, I said, look, I have to take a break. You monsters are crazy. You guys, I should have made it at least every 50 likes, you know? And then I said, I promised that the caller continue would come back tomorrow as promised, because I had to go to work. I had to work a full day.
You had to work
the morning show. And then I came home and I was like, okay, well, I'll finish when I get home. So then I came home and I can just continued. And the Photoshops just got even more and more ridiculous. You have fighter jets coming in here. You've got it taking over the city of Dallas, just blowing up tanks and army trucks.
I love the Mark Cuban cameo. The Mark Cuban cameo, it was one of my favorites,
and it's for that reason I'm out. I was kind of hoping Mark Cuban was going to see it. I don't know if he did or not.
Hey, maybe he did. Maybe he did. There were a few people that saw it, right?
We got Questlove gave us a nice little retweet. That was a good 2.5 million followers. And then, dude, get this. So House of Highlights picks it up and they put it up on their Instagram page. Shout out House of Highlights.
Garrett over at House of Highlights too. He let me know they were talking about it too.
Shout out to Garrett and the whole crew at House of Highlights. We appreciate it, guys. They shared it on their page, and LeBron James commented on it with crying, laughing emojis. Like
just King James. Yeah.
Have you guys heard of LeBron? LeBron, he's
honestly,
so the Lakers.
This makes me think that if LeBron saw, we're talking about LeBron here, there's absolutely 100% chance that Jason Kidd saw this.
And we tagged him in a few things, so I'm hoping he did. But
is he on social media?
He's on Instagram. I know that. I don't know.
Okay.
Jason Kidd seems to me like one of those guys who he has an Instagram, but he doesn't know what Instagram is.
He doesn't run it. Yeah.
So
he doesn't have Twitter though, right?
Yeah, right. So it was a wild weekend.
Oh no, he does. Damn.
Oh, does he have Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay. Just an absolute wild weekend. First of all, shout out to everyone who participated and had fun with this, because that's all we wanted it to be, was just to be fun and dumb. And I'm pretty sure it was both of those things.
Each Photoshop had their own little nuggets. Like that meme, first of all. I mean, you straight up killed that one. But the Jeff Bezos spaceship. I love that.
Yeah, there are little nuggets in each one. There's the penis rocket ship right there, the Blue Origin.
I think my reply tweet on that one got some love with the Austin Powers GIF.
Oh yeah, it did. So yeah, it was a busy weekend. I think in total I did 71 Photoshops.
That's impressive. I mean, your fingers, you probably had to take like an ice bath or something.
My fingers hurt. Yeah,
that was actually you. So.
That was me. And then AD walks in and he goes, "Oh, your fingers hurt? Well, now your back's about to hurt because now you got to do Steve Harvey's collar." which I'm pretty sure we actually just did. So where are we? All right. So then we made a joke with Steve because this photo was going viral over the weekend. Steve Harvey for every 178,000 likes. Cause I was like, look, I'm setting the bar a little bit higher for this one. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to make you guys work for it. But then like we ended up getting 2,400 likes. Like people legitimately tried to make this thing get to 178. And I had there were a bunch of retweets of people saying, I like, come on, guys, like this. We got to get Steve Harvey's collar bigger. And so I'm like, yeah, okay. You sons of bitches are really trying to get there, aren't you? And then
people are hungry
because they gave such big effort. I decided, okay, I'm gonna give the people,
release it.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the love that they gave.
Wait, did you release that? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I tweeted it like right before we went on. So
okay, all right, good, okay. Wow, that's Brendan Fraser breaking news on the show right now.
There it is. Yeah,
hey, there it is.
Brendan Fraser breaking news. Breaking news. Steve Harvey collar does get a little bit bigger.
Is bigger.
That's right. Okay, so so just a wild weekend. That was a lot of fun. It was a good time. Thanks again to everyone who had fun with us, because that's literally all we're trying to do is just have fun on the internet, have fun when it comes to sports and stuff like that. And then this weekend was a lot of fun. I hope everyone else had as much fun as we did. So
I do think you still owe a little bit of Photoshop.
I owe about
but this is a podcast where bets aren't really paid up on, so you
kind
of fit in right here, Austin. Thank you.
You're the only one on this podcast who doesn't pay up on his bets. Okay, I know I owe about 4,000 more, 4,000 more like Photoshops. I will get to them eventually. Okay, but at the very end of the thread, Jason Kidd's collar ended up going to heaven. So I don't know how much further you can go past heaven.
It is, for real though. Is it? I think we have reached the actual end here.
So, all right. Okay. So my good of the week.
Wait, hang on. This is going to be you. Wait, I can't even pull it up. This is going to be you. After, would you say 4,000 Photoshops? This will be you. Whenever you finally finish your Photoshops.
I will finally finish the Photoshops, and I will look like the old lady from Titanic. It's been 84 years, and they're like, just try to remember. I'm like, no, it's been 84 years, and I can still remember the fresh paint.
I can't make the color any bigger.
Yeah, what's bigger? Like, what? Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have done a Jason Kidd collar in the Atlantic Ocean, where it's like you only see the tip of it, like the iceberg, and then the rest of the collar's underneath. That would have been.
Just the beginning. It's just the beginning.
All right. Okay. So my back of the week, or I know my good of the week. Sorry, my good of the week is AD. You and I, over the last couple of weeks, we've developed a take.
Yes,
and
we have. Is it? I think I know where you're going with this.
You think I know where I'm going with this? It's something that we pay up on. Oh, sorry. So a few weeks ago, when the Kansas City Chiefs were 1-2, AD and I made a bunch of jokes about the Chiefs being bad because, like, we knew seeing the Kansas City Chiefs under 500 was like witnessing Haley's Comet, a double rainbow, or Andy Reid ordering a salad. Like, it's just rarefied air. And we understood that. All right. We assumed that Chiefs, after starting the season 1-2, like, okay, well, that it's fun right now, but the Chiefs are going to rattle off like 14 straight wins.
Like, there's an expiration date on it. Like, we knew the end was coming.
We knew, so we had to get
only a matter of time.
Exactly. We had to get all of our jokes in right away. And then we were like, okay, so like, let's get them in now because they're going to be good. And they're probably going to win the AFC again. And they're probably going to be in their third straight Super Bowl. Right. We understood that. We recognized that. And then they won last week. We're like, okay, but we're like,
we actually said, here it comes. We're like, it's coming.
And if you remember last week, we also said, we're not backing down from a take. If we said the Chiefs are bad after week 3, we're going to stick with this. Even if they rattle off 14 straight wins, we're going to stay true to our take. And we're going to say, no, the Chiefs are still bad. Even if they finish like 14-2, which they won't now. If they finish 13-3, we'll still stick with it. The Chiefs are bad. It's the dumbest take in the world. We admit that, but we are going to. But you have to respect us for sticking to it. All right,
especially with a defense like that too.
Oh, hey, yikes! That defense. If you want to call it that, to me, it's more of a suggestion.
Swiss cheese. Right. Those are the words that come to mind.
Yeah, it's those things at the. It's those things at like Subways where it's like you just have to rotate, like it's just like the bar, and then you like walk one at a time. That's what the
turnstile.
Turnstile. Thank you. I knew it had a name. But AD, I don't know if you know this or not, but the Chiefs lost again yesterday.
They lost last night.
They are now under 500 again. They're making this like a theme of the season. They're 2-3 again. So our take definitely remains. The Chiefs are bad. And look, I'm not one to kick the Chiefs while they're down. All right. They're not the Chiefs super fan X factor. I'm not going to just kick them while they're down.
Yeah, sure.
And the Chiefs aren't really down. Like, sure, they're 2-3, but again, like 2-3 after back-to-back AFC titles and a Super Bowl. Is that really down?
And actually, though, they should be 1-4 if you think about it. They should have lost the Browns
game.
Yeah,
oh my gosh,
they should have lost that game. So
what if they would have lost? What if they would have lost to the Browns? We'd be looking at a 1-4 Chiefs team.
Wow.
But look, so if there's one thing you can say about the Junk Drawer podcast, rate, review, subscribe, it's that we will never back down from a take.
Absolutely not.
We won't.
No.
And so if the Chiefs are bad now, they will be bad the rest of the season for us. Okay. But they actually are bad now. Like, they're 2-3. They're under 500 5 weeks into the season.
And it's funny because I picked the Chiefs this past week in our 3-pack. I said Josh Allen can't win a big game. And
Josh Allen not just
me wrong.
Big game. My man won a big game. They're in last place in the AFC West. It's almost like the AFC West standings this year have been like flipped upside down. It's wild to see. Look, if the Colts win tonight, they'll have the same record as the Colts. They have the same record as
Steelers.
The Steelers, they have the same record as the. Yeah, that's true. Sorry about that.
That's all right. Hey, I'll take a victory Monday any day of the week.
What's worse, Big Ben or the Chiefs defense? Would Big Ben be able to put up points against the Chiefs defense?
I mean, he could. I think he easily could. Yeah, I think. But it'll be tough though, because Ben, he just keeps getting knocked around. And different parts of his body are injured every game. So I think it's depending on what is injured at the time. But that sort of brings me to my back of the week, which is basically just football. And I love football so much. I'll be there Sunday again. We got the Seahawks coming into town.
Look, I like that. Look, we don't stray away from takes, and we don't stray away from our teams.
No,
Even if they
not.
suck, then look, the Titans lost to the Jets last week. Okay. But did you see
we
me
bounce
back?
We
don't back down.
Yeah.
We hold true. We ride it out. And look, we wrote out our take about the Chiefs being bad, and here they are bad again. And we rode with our teams, and here they are good again. So
the world, it's just the world just keeps turning, and here we are. And here we are. And you know what else is back though? It's emotions in the game. Emotions in football. Dan Campbell. Our guy who was famous for eating kneecaps before the season even started, right? I mean, and boy, did he come close to eating a kneecap yesterday. I think you said it a little prematurely yesterday, and then you had to say JK about his first kneecap of the season being eaten. What a roller coaster of emotions for that team. And,
oh my gosh, dude.
And boy, did Dan Campbell have that look after the game. I mean, the guy was in tears. He was in tears.
He literally was.
Yeah. I've never seen someone get that emotional. And if I'm the Lions owner, I think that makes me extremely happy. That's exactly what I want in my coach. I want my coach, fight. And as a player too, I would want to play for that guy.
Oh yeah.
Because he cares.
No,
he cares. And I respect the hell out of it. That's emotion. That's grit. That's raw.
I absolutely love Dan Campbell. Okay. Dan Campbell might be my favorite NFL coach who's never won a game before. Like I think this dude is, if I'm a Lions fan, I probably feel the best about an 0-5 start that you possibly can. Because it shouldn't be 0-5. The Lions the Lions are not an 0-5 team right now, but they're somehow kind of like how the Chiefs are not a 2-3 team.
The Chiefs, exactly. Yes, they should be 1-4. They should be. But
oh, you're saying they should be worse. I was going to give them some credit.
Well, it goes both ways, though.
Right.
It can.
Right.
That's the difference between a win and a loss. And
I hear you.
In the Lions' case, it's 5 in a row, so it's tough.
But look, if we have any ladies watching, if we have any lady listeners to the junk drawer, I got to say, hey, I don't know, like AD, do me a favor, Google and check and see if Dan Campbell is married. Because if he's not, my man might have just skyrocketed to the top of People Magazine's most eligible bachelor. Because he has shown in the span of 5 weeks, my man has shown that he can be aggressive enough to want to give cannibalism a try to now crying at a podium and
5 short weeks. And
I think this is just a microcosm of the Detroit Lions football program. Again, not wanting to kick the Lions while down. I actually like the Lions.
Yeah.
But to show you what Lions football can do to a human being, where you go from I want to eat everyone's kneecaps off to crying in public like that, and in 5 weeks too. It's not like this is the end of the season. We're a third of the way through the season. Not even. So just shout out Dan. I love Dan Campbell, and seeing him cry yesterday made me fall for him. Like I felt like a very vulnerable woman who's looking for the right man. Like seeing him be vulnerable at that podium.
It made you vulnerable.
Oh my gosh. Like I would, if this was a freaking Bachelor, I would give Dan Campbell my rose right now.
I love this. The Google suggestions. I said, is Dan Campbell first?
Oh, that's great. That's a game we should play.
And the fill-in is Dan Campbell a good coach? And I'll answer that for them. Yes, he's a good coach.
Yes.
We just haven't seen him win a game yet.
Google search results bring up one item. Yes. That is all it is.
Holly Campbell, the lucky woman that is married to Dan Campbell since 2005.
Dan Campbell, I bet, do you know if he has any children? Because I'd be willing to bet he has like 3 daughters. Like this man screams to me like he's a tough dude. I love Dan Campbell. But he's also like, that's a hashtag girl dad right there.
He has two boys.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, good.
You were
Look,
close. You were close.
Look,
but
all the more, he teaches sons like, hey, look, it's okay to cry. It's
I'm
okay.
assuming the name Piper is a boy, right?
Right.
Piper Campbell.
Yeah. Also,
Yes,
it's okay. It's okay for Dan Campbell to cry because he literally looks like he could kick all of our asses.
Yeah. When you're the toughest guy in the room, you could cry if you want to.
Right. Like, who can't cry like that? Like Mark Trestman wouldn't be able to cry like that. Matt Nagy, I don't think would be able to cry like that.
No, absolutely not.
Sean McVay, I would say, can't cry.
He's too much of a pretty boy.
Dude can't cry like that in public.
Yeah.
There are certain guys that can't cry like that. I'd even say Cliff Kingsbury, for as hot as he is.
Yeah.
Dude can't cry like that. Like you have to be a big dude who I'm crying right now in public. And you say anything about it, I will literally bite off your kneecaps.
Yeah, and you know that Dan Campbell's the type of coach that is like on like benching with you. Like he's like got the next set. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
right. He's
like
not
he
just
gets
giving
down
you the spot. He's asking you like, hey, can I get next?
Yeah. He's like, add another plate on. I'm like, come on.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Yeah, no, I'm a big Dan Campbell. I made a video about Dan. Remember when, which I need to bring it back, but we used to do the Things I Like series.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dan Campbell, when he first got hired, I made an entire video of Things I Like, Dan Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out Dan Campbell. My back of the week. Okay. This is like kind of two-sided here. Okay. I'm going to try and bring this up. But my back of the week right now is, I don't know if you know this or not, but AD, do you remember? Actually, let me bring this up. AD, do you remember a few weeks ago, a Georgia Southern football player he got in trouble for chugging a beer, on top of a bus on the morning of a game.
Okay, I do recall this. Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Dude went viral, obviously, as you would.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
why wouldn't you? Mm-hmm.
College football defensive lineman chugging a beer on the morning before a game. Mad respect. Well, he was suspended and he had to sit out, I think, the Troy game. And okay. I guess chugging a beer on game day is all of a sudden frowned upon.
Yeah.
Like, how's he supposed to know that, dude? Like,
Was it in the rule book? I would like to see the rule book.
Right? Like, is it against the school's honor code? What is this, BYU? All right. Like, it's I get it. All right. Look, if you don't want to set a precedent for the rest of your team. You don't want your entire team chugging beers the morning of a game. So he got made an example of, becomes a scapegoat, if you will.
Right.
AD, it is with heavy heart that I report to you that he has been kicked off the team.
No, they did.
Gavin Adcock has been kicked off the team.
What's his last name?
Gavin Adcock.
Adcock. Oh,
yeah,
man.
which is just a hilarious name.
Brutal name.
No, I think it's hilarious. Like, you want a guy like that with the last name of Adcock. Right?
So what did they say why they kicked him off? Like, did he drink another beer on game day, or like what did he do? Or they just were continuing to let it, marinate, and then they decided that it was time for him to.
Well, so, and I'm glad you asked, because he was during his 1 game suspension.
Is that him?
Yeah. So he served a 1 game suspension, then played against Troy, but he was active on social media, including Snapchat, to where he posted, "Only got suspended 1 game. We back in action. Georgia Southern said, sometimes you got to let your cock out."
So he leaned into his last name. I love it.
So yeah, like, what did I say? Like, isn't that it's the perfect name for a guy like him?
Someone embracing his last name like that is, you love to see it.
Yes. So it's to me right now, it's sad. That we even have to go through, like, that he has to go through this. Like, this guy belongs in football.
He does.
In my opinion, like, he should be in football forever. And like, this is how it started. This is how it went. And then obviously now the coach is basically saying, yeah, he's been kicked off the team. He said, head coach Kevin Whitley of Georgia Southern said, I decided it would be best to remove him from the team. Gavin, Coach Campbell, and I met for probably 30 to 35 minutes. Good conversation, really good dialogue. At the end of the conversation, we just felt like we needed to go in another direction. Hang on. That direction being a defensive line that doesn't chug beers before the game. Okay,
he didn't say
all right.
That, did he say that?
No, he didn't say that. But
okay.
I'm reading between the lines here. Like,
yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah.
But look, if some teams don't want to be viewed as like the team that like chugs beers before they play Division I programs, like, okay, I get it. But he says we wish Gavin the best, him and his family. He's a great young man. I know he will be destined to do great things. Will he though?
Maybe he'll be like social media star.
Will he be destined to do great things?
That's a good pivot for him, though. You're right, like a social media gig.
Oh, dude could get millions of followers on TikTok.
He probably already did pick up a bunch from that.
Yeah, just buy into the brand, dude. Buy into the brand of you being the beer chugging D lineman.
Wearing Georgia Southern jerseys.
Enter the transfer. I know. I love that he's like literally he's on top of the bus. He's in his own jersey. I respect this guy. So AD, I think it'd only be right if we pour out a little bit for our.
I only have a water here.
That's fine. That works. Yeah. Pour some out for our beer guzzling defensive lineman from Georgia Southern.
I think the only thing that would make that picture worse is if the whole team was in the bus, like below him. That would probably be the only situation that would make it worse.
I don't know a ton about this situation other than the video. Like, I've seen the video and the thing.
They could have been.
They very well could have been in that bus, which would again only make Gavin Adcock that much more legendary. So Gavin Adcock, we here at the Junk Drawer and at Cork Bath, we salute you.
We respect you, sir.
You are the captain. You may have been kicked off your own team, but we have now named you the captain of team
honorary
content.
Captain.
of team content. You are our captain. So we will let you go out and handle the coin toss before the game.
Yeah. So. Thank you, Gavin. That's great. Excellent. I love that. Do you have another back?
That's all I got for my my back. What's your ugly of the week?
My ugly of the week. There was a few things out there, but we sort of, and here we go again. There's one thing that we at the Drunk Drawer will not back down from, and that's a take.
That is true.
This holds true with Jackson Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes.
No, AD, don't. Are they back?
She was tweeting last night. I tried to stay away from Jackson Mahomes, so I don't know what he was doing, but Brittany Mahomes was tweeting, and these are some of her tweets. Refs are never in our favor is one of her tweets here, which is just like the most stereotypical thing you could tweet at, about your football team, right? Like that's like the most basic thing you could ever say. Sports Girl Forever responds to her and says, "Girl, I need you to stop. This was my team long before Patrick was here. It's not giving the org a good look. Chiefs are big. Chiefs are bigger than you, me, or any one player." And Brittany Mahomes, or is it Matthew? I think is it still Matthew? No, they're married now. Brittany Mahomes. We'll go with Mahomes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're married. I know they were engaged.
Okay.
We all remember the ring.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we do. She responds back to that in the nicest way possible. Shut up. With the condescending like emoji, like smiling emoji, like
Yeah.
like
What? Hold on. Let's break that down for a second. In the nicest way possible. Shut up.
In what way would that ever be nice? Like, or are you just being that condescending? I guess is what she's going for there.
I love that. I love that line. It's like, look, in the nicest way possible, AD, you're ugly as hell.
It's like, it's like when you say like not to be rude.
Yeah, right.
But like clearly whatever you're gonna say is rude, right?
No
like,
offense, but whatever you're about to say is about to be.
But
offensive.
actually, yeah.
In the nicest way possible, shut up.
It's that just really, man.
Shout out Sports Girl Forever for sticking up for the brand that is the Chiefs. You know,
for the Chiefs, yeah.
Look, that arrowhead with the KC in the middle. That's bigger than all of us, dude. That's bigger than Patrick. That's bigger than than every single Chief that has worn the uniform.
I like how she said, "This was my team long before Patrick was here. Not when you were here, ma'am."
Yeah.
You know, like before Patrick was here.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Let's be real. Like it was Patrick. Patrick was here first, okay, and then Brittany kind of snuck her way into the scene, into
the picture, so to speak. But yeah, she's back, and I don't know if it's in a good way, right? It's not a good look for her at all.
That is brutal. And look, I'll say this: look, Chiefs lost, which is it's tough. Jackson Mahomes, he's now sat through 2 more losses this season without pouring a bottle of water on anyone. So I'd say that's a win. Look, if we're gonna chastise Jackson Mahomes and Brittany Mahomes when they do embarrassing crap like that,
let's look at the positive here.
Yeah, let's look at the positives.
Let's spin this around real quick.
Let's give credit where it's due. Jackson Mahomes, kudos to you, sir, for not spilling any water on any fans of opposing teams in the last 2 losses.
And did you catch this London game at all? Did you catch any of that?
I did not. No, I was asleep.
Yeah, you were photoshopping.
I was photoshopping. Okay. I don't know if you saw it. I was photoshopping with a giant ass collar. So it's a busy weekend for me.
I understand. It's a pretty normal weekend. So there was a London game, and of course, the Falcons couldn't be the Falcons without doing something a Falcon would do, which is forget the sideline kicking net. Now, I don't know if it's something that they should have actually brought with them, or is that something that maybe is at the stadium? I'm not sure whose fault or really who's to blame here.
Yeah, I don't. Whose job? Like, shouldn't there be kicking nets in England? Like that, I feel like that's like like a robe. Like you shouldn't have to bring your own robe across the sea, like across the pond. Like there should be one in the hotel room for you.
The hotel probably has one. Yeah,
right. There should be a kicking net at Wembley Stadium for them. Were they at Wembley?
I believe so. Yeah,
I imagine they.
I'm just gonna assume they're Wembley. Anytime they play in London.
Are there any other stadiums in England? I know there are, but like
in my mind, really? No.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's like nobody in America knows like M&T Bank Stadium. But they know Arrowhead. They know know Jerry World. So
yes, they do.
You only know the big stadiums. So I don't. Yeah. Anyway.
So out of almost like a Ted Lasso episode, it looks like they cut a net up, like a soccer net up, and
that's what it is.
Around some ladders, like
it's literally ladders, sandbags. They made an impromptu kicking net for our podcast audience. If you haven't seen this photo, impromptu kicking net, but that is 100% AD. That is a soccer goal net.
It is. Yeah, you can tell. You can tell it is.
That to me is the funniest thing. Like that is the most British.
Here's young, and poor Young Wei Koo had to kick into this.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like it looks like he's at like a 4-year-old's like soccer practice, like
It
they're
it
like
does.
standing, like they run up to like the net, or maybe even younger than 4 actually.
It's got mad like preteen made this in his backyard vibes to it.
Like
Like,
in the
oh,
backyard kicking with dad, like
right. Oh, my dad won't buy me a kicking net. Fine, I'll make my own. And so then he goes in the backyard and look, shout out to the British people though. That's like going freaking MacGyver, Because like if someone told me, said, hey, Austin, where's the kicking net? And I was like, oh crap, dude, I don't
kicking
know.
net, like you say it again, like the kicking net.
Yeah. Oh, the kicking net. And they're like, yeah, where's the kicking net? It should be here on the sideline. Like, oh, let me run back there and grab it. Like, I wouldn't have known where to start with bringing a kicking net. Like, I don't even like the fact that they even like repurpose their soccer goal nets into this kicking net. Like, that's further along than I ever would have been. I would have been like, I would have looked for like trash bags. I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, it would not have been my first thought, but good thinking though with the soccer nets most likely being in the stadium, right?
Right.
I think it would have been funny to see have like Young Wei have to go to the other team's sideline like to practice kicking.
Yeah. So did the Jets had their kicking net?
They must have had their net. I mean, I didn't see anything about their net.
It must be a team thing. The team must be responsible for bringing their own kicking nets. Let this be a lesson to all other NFL teams that have to play in Europe. Don't forget your kicking net.
But I will say though, this just proves that you don't need a kicking net to win a football game. So you can look at it that way too. So that's a great point. Take it actually. Maybe you don't take it, and it could be good luck.
That's a great point, AD. Maybe we're investing too much into kicking nets as NFL teams. Save that money and go get another kicker or something. I don't know.
Put it elsewhere. Yeah.
How much do kickers cost? I imagine a kicker is the same cost of a kicking net.
Unless you're Justin Tucker, I think is probably the only difference there.
Okay. Am I up?
Yeah, you're up for an ugly. You're ugly of the week.
And I have got a good ugly.
Oh, a good ugly. That's not something you hear every day, is it? Is it good or is it ugly?
It's like ugly to the nth degree. Okay.
Okay.
It is.
Gotcha.
And it is my man. And I don't know if you saw him.
No, I didn't see him.
Tom Cruise over the weekend.
Okay. I did see this.
My man was at Giants Dodgers. Okay. So,
are you sure it wasn't wax figure Tom Cruise?
And that's a great question, AD, because honestly, I think it was. This had remember that photo of Tom Brady and Tony Dungy from the beginning of from Hall of Fame weekend.
Yeah,
and like how they didn't look real. Well, AD, I will see your Tom Brady and Tony Dungy, and I will raise you a freaking Ethan Hunt. Okay.
Oh wow.
Tom Cruise, dude. This is Tom Cruise.
Oh my gosh.
And look, and I get it. The man is like well into his 50s. I want to say he's like 55, maybe 56.
Is he that old?
Yeah, he might even be older.
Let's find out here.
Tom Cruise is 59. He's 59 years old. Okay.
Damn, I would have never guessed that actually.
Well, and I'll give him this. He looks good for 59, but he looks bad for Tom Cruise. And I got to give, so the Cineboys, our sister podcast, our movie podcast, go check them out, rate, review, and subscribe for them as well. A lot of fun, just a very chill movie podcast. They mentioned on socials over the weekend that it looks like Tom Cruise is filming some Norm Macdonald biopic that we don't know about. If he is playing the role of Norm Macdonald,
that's a good point.
My man looks exactly like him. Like, well done.
He does actually.
So, and look, and I get it. The camera ends. If the camera adds 10 pounds, then Tom's Botox adds 35. Like what? Like my man, like you gotta stop, dude. Like
there's got to be a line that you can't cross, and you crossed it long ago.
And I get it. He's in too deep in Scientology, No. He's in too deep in Botox. Not enough people are talking about that. Okay. They say Scientology could destroy your life. No. This stuff that he's injecting in his face does. Like, and personal appearance is it's not you should never clown someone based off of their personal appearance, but like this was bad, man. And
it looks like he ate the script for Mission Impossible 5.
No, from Mission Impossible 1 through 8, like every Mission Impossible movie. So this was him. This was a shot of him also at the game. And Amy Gutierrez tweeted, she said, all the celebs come out for NLDS games, which I don't know if that's true. We'll have to fact
That's not true at all. But
I don't think all the celebs come out for NLD World Series games, maybe. NLCS, sure. NLDS, no, there's still another round. Also, shout out to this lady, photobombing the hell out of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
But she says, wonderful to host the Tom Cruise at San Francisco Giants Dodgers game. Asked him which team he's rooting for, and he gracefully replied, I'm a fan of baseball. Which, if that's not the most Tom Cruise response ever, like that clearly, Tom Cruise, I don't even think Tom Cruise knew which two teams were playing. The dude is so far in the clouds of Scientology and his own movies right now. I don't know if you know this or not, AD. Tom Cruise does his own stunts.
He does. Yeah.
He's so far in that world. Mm-hmm. He's just like, I'm a fan of baseball. If you say you're a fan of baseball, that is my first tell that you're not a fan of baseball.
Well, that's like, what's his name? Just wearing the NFL hat.
Rob Lowe. That is
Rob Lowe. Yeah.
This is baseball's equivalent of Rob Lowe with the NFL.
Someone get him an MLB hat. Tom Cruise.
Just a fan.
Can you
of
Photoshop?
baseball.
Can you Photoshop that on there for him?
Yeah, I will. Yeah,
that you will do that. Yeah,
I probably will. That's actually a great idea. That's I will do that. So, and then this is the shot of him making on the jumbotron. You know, and this is another thing.
Keyword jumbo.
Damn it, AD. All right. I love this video too, because like clearly the Jumbotron camera guy's on him like a bit too long. Okay. Yeah. So like there it is. He's like, oh, Tom Cruise, he does his wave. He does 2 waves. He's kind of smiling, turning around, waving to the crowd behind him. That's 4 waves now. 5 waves. Okay. We're 5 waves. The shoulder shrug. And then he turns back to the Jumbotron and the camera's still on him. And then he gives the camera guy, watch this.
Oh, look.
He gives the camera operator, watch when he turns back around. He gives him a look of like,
only a look that an actor could give.
Yeah, like, right. All right. He's like, all right, dude. All right. I've been on camera a little too, like Tom Cruise, who has been in like thousands of movies, is like telling this Jumbotron, all right, you put the camera on me a little bit too long. Like, and my question to you, AD, is, has a Jumbotron camera guy ever been on someone for the right amount of time? Because I feel like you could find someone in the stands grooving and dancing, and they're hitting it. They're hitting their stride. And then all of a sudden the camera guy cuts away too early. Or in this case, like Tom Cruise, you're on screen and don't want to be, and the camera guy doesn't cut away.
So this is a rare occurrence, actually, that we're witnessing here. Yeah, and I think because the camera guy was so starstruck, he was probably like, "Oh my god, that's Tom Cruise! That's Tom Cruise!" Like, it's like he might hire me if I do a good job.
Right,
this.
Right.
Yeah. Like
he's like, if I do well enough, I could be in the next J.J. Abrams movie.
All hope was lost right at that moment, right there. As soon as he gave him that look,
oh yeah,
the job that he thought he had was gone. It was gone.
It was. Also, who is he with? Who's Tom Cruise with? Like, who's this guy? That's got to be his bodyguard, right? Yeah, that's his bodyguard.
Yeah,
that's his detail. Yeah.
But
yeah, no, you're right, dude. As soon as Tom Cruise gave him that look, he knew right then and there. Oh well, my career as being ever working on a Tom Cruise movie is over. I should have cut away. Cut away. That's what he's thinking.
Still losing sleep over it.
One last thing while we're on the topic of Tom Cruise. So Justin Bieber, I don't know if you remember this or not, but in 2019, Justin Bieber tweeted, I want to challenge Tom Cruise to a fight in the octagon. Tom, if you don't take this fight, you're scared and you will never live it down. Who is willing to put on the fight at Dana White? First of all, on behalf of all of Cork Bats, screw you, Dana White.
Yeah. You shouldn't have even said his name, actually.
I shouldn't have.
Redacted.
So Bieber challenges Tom Cruise to a fight, which I love. I'm down for a good old fashioned celebrity beef. And if Biebs guys beef with T Cruz, I'm all for it. Let's go.
Hell yes.
Let's
I would pay pay-per-view for that. I wouldn't illegally stream it.
Well, same, without question. So over the weekend, let me pull them up. There were some deep fake videos, and I think 60 Minutes did a story on it over the weekend. But there were some deep fake videos of Tom Cruise playing the guitar.
Yeah.
And Jay Biebs fell for it hard. Like he posted like 4 or 5 different IG stories about Tom Cruise
over the weekend.
Wow. And because he was so impressed that Tom Cruise was so good at playing the guitar. Now, AD, by looking at this photo right here, all right, obviously, yeah, it looks like Tom Cruise. I could see how you would fall for it, but based off of that photo and the photo we had just seen of Tom Cruise with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man face, what is the difference? What is the difference between that Tom Cruise playing the guitar and the Tom Cruise we just saw?
The jaw. I think it's like the jawline, right? Is that what you're getting?
I would say it's the entire damn face.
Or I mean, it doesn't even look close. Like looking at it now, but
Tom Cruise looked like he was stung by bees at that Giants game. Okay, so like this looks like Tom Cruise from like Vanilla Sky. Tom Cruise, like
he looks like. So did you watch El Camino, the new like Breaking Bad movie?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right, then it's a bad reference, but it's like the one guy in the original Breaking Bad.
Aaron Paul?
No.
Bryan Cranston.
No. Neither of them. He it was in the later seasons. I can't remember his name now, which is awful.
Oh, okay. What they made him look younger?
No, in the movie, he like blew up, like put on a ton of weight.
Oh no.
And it was just awful. Like let me see.
You had that in the show Billions.
It was Todd. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't remember Todd.
Todd. It was a gift, Todd. In the show Billions, they had to take a break from shooting. They were halfway through their season when COVID hit, and so they had to stop shooting.
Oh, someone put on a bunch of weight.
No. Opposite. When Paul Giamatti's character came back, Paul Giamatti was hella thin, so they had to write it into the script.
No way.
The first episode back. So midway through the season, all of a sudden Paul Giamatti's just skinny. So if you go back and watch season 5 all the way through, you'll watch 8 episodes with fat Paul Giamatti. And then the 9th episode, all magically of a sudden hella skinny again.
What did they say? He had triple bypass surgery?
Honestly, I don't remember. I don't remember, but yeah, it was something like how you recovering.
Okay. Yeah. Or it's been a minute since I've seen you.
Yeah, but not that much time had passed in the actual show, so I don't know. But yeah. So Biebs, look, man, he goes. You
could still catch these hands.
I'm impressed with your guitar skills, but you could still catch these hands, my boy. And yeah, it's. I will say. Let me see if I can pull up these. The
deep fake.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can pull up. So there's a TikTok account out there called Justin or called Deep Cruise, I think. And
Deep Cruise. That's a
deep,
really
or maybe
name.
Maybe Deep Tom Cruise. And he's I'm trying to find it. Oh, damn it. I can't find it.
There's a headline here that says that Tom was at the game with his son Connor. So
at the Giants Dodgers game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, the Jay Biebs, man, I want to find that damn video. I can't find it. All right. But it's just look up deep Tom Cruise, I think, on TikTok. And there's just all these videos. There's one where he's covering Dave Matthews Band. And I'll give the guy credit. Whoever's doing the deep fake, the actual person that they're putting Tom Cruise's face on, he does a damn good Tom Cruise. Does the laugh. He it's well done. I got to give him credit. And then with obviously his face superimposed on there, it makes it look even better. So, but just know, like, unless you see Tom Cruise with like a face that looks like, like how I imagine Thomas J's face looks at the end of My Girl, just way too many bee stings.
Yeah.
Then I would say Tom Cruise is probably, it's not the real Tom Cruise. If you don't see a fat Tom Cruise, it's not the real Tom Cruise. Let that be. If you take one thing away from the junk drawer today, let it be that. Okay.
Take that one home with you.
Yeah. Let's get to our 3 for 3. What you got an update from last week? 3 for 3 is AD and I. Honestly, we just picked 3 random NFL games for the chance to get 3 uninterrupted minutes from on this podcast to talk about whatever the hell we want. That's the prize. And AD, we've been off to a rough start. Last week, you had a chance to go 3 for 3. Did you?
No, I did not. The Eagles when they got blown out. That was 2 weeks ago. But this past week, you fared pretty well. You went 2-1.
Okay.
I went 1-2. The one game that I won was the opposite of the game that you lost. So, whatever, take that into consideration for whatever that's worth.
So the game that I lost one game, and it was the game
that I won. Yeah. So that's funny. But yeah, we've had a rough start to the season. So honestly, these picks might be a good way for you to make money by taking the opposite. So feel free to fade us, or, maybe you could think that one of us is going to have a good week. I don't know. We'll let you decide that. But I have 3 plays here. I guarantee you took one of them too. I am guaranteeing it right now.
Okay.
Do you want me to guess which one
guess which one you took that I probably took?
The Chargers +3.
I did. The Chargers +3 over the Ravens. Look, I'm not sold on the Ravens, and this Chargers team is good. They're exciting.
We are buying the stock in the Chargers.
So you also took the Chargers +3?
I did. Okay.
Yes. All right. So
we're on the same one.
I like that. I like when you and I are on the same page.
Yeah.
We're rooting for each other.
But honestly, if you're listening to this might be a good idea for you to take the Ravens max play.
And everyone else take the Ravens. Yes, that would be the smart play. Everyone else would take the Ravens. Okay. What else you got?
My second pick's a little unorthodox, and I think they might get their first win this week. It's the Jaguars +3.5. So I'm taking the Jags. They play who's the Dolphins? Yeah. At home. I'll take the 3.5 points all day long.
Okay.
And my last pick, I don't really like that much, but it's the Cowboys -4.5 in New England. I feel like this Cowboys team might actually be for real, as much as it pains me to say, but I'm going with the Cowboys.
You're going Cowboys -4.5 over Patriots?
Yep.
That is also one of mine.
Oh, wow. So really, there's only one game that's going to be.
Wait, and what was your second game?
The Jaguars.
You took the Jaguars over the Dolphins?
Yeah. Did you take the Dolphins?
I took the Dolphins over the Jaguars.
Wow.
So I've got the Dolphins -3.5 over the Jaguars.
So wait, if these two other games, if the Chargers and Cowboys hit, one of us is going 3-0.
Oh my gosh!
So this could be the week.
We need the Cowboys.
Week 6,
we need the Chargers.
Week 6, it could be our week.
Okay. All right. Damn. AD. This is one of the funniest 3 for 3s out.
Yeah. This is a big week. This is a big week.
And you know what else it's big for? AD.
Frankie.
You know what time it is. It is time now for the Frank Fact. Okay. Now, the Frank Fact, for anyone that's new here, it is our segment where you get the chance to be smarter. It's a chance. This is probably one of the most favorite segments on this podcast. It's a chance for us to share a random fact with you and us to just dwell over it. It literally blows our mind every single week. And why is it called the Frank Fact? Because it comes from our guy, Frank. Frank, who used to write for Cork Bats way back in the day. He still, he listens to the Junk Drawer every week, and he started contributing these random facts randomly. And so we said, let's make a whole segment out of it. And so we got the Frank Fact. And now here it is. So, AD, are you ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready.
The Frank fact this week is you lose a large percentage of your taste buds while on an airplane. I assume it means also like while you're up in the air too. But let me repeat.
So
you lose a large percentage of your taste buds while on an airplane.
Okay, so this hits particularly close to home for me right now because I was on multiple airplanes today. So
that's right. You flew back. You were in New Orleans this weekend, right?
I was in New Orleans this weekend, and apparently I came back without any taste buds. So I thought the fact was about to be that you lose taste buds as you get older, and I was like, oh, well, that makes sense because maybe like whenever you try new things when you're older, then you like them,
right?
But that doesn't. I don't know how that would make any sense because then if you can't taste it,
yeah,
right?
It's almost like I wonder
just
if you're
getting confusing at that point
as you get older. But yeah, so but there's always there's that old stand-up comedy joke about what's the deal with airline food. Airline food is so bad. I think this is why. Like, I'm pretty sure this has got to be it, right? Like, if you lose taste buds, obviously everything's going to taste worse when you're up in the air. That's probably why they only give you pretzels and peanuts on some flights.
I was just thinking about that too. I was just because I feel like I rarely actually eat. I'll take them all day long. I'll take them.
Yeah,
but I don't necessarily eat them. So like my backpack has just bags of pretzels everywhere.
Thank you, dude. And I'm right there with you. I am right there with you because I feel like I will load up at the airport concourse and I will I'll get some Dunkin' and I'll get some, there's always a Burger King. There's like
I got Chick-fil-A today.
Chick-fil-A is another good one.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. I feel like I will load up on food there. And then once I get on the plane, and I'm not going to say no to the pretzels because that could be a snack for later. And then I put them in my backpack, and then I go the entire vacation. If I'm gone for a week, I start to pack back up my backpack on the way back home, and I'm like, oh damn, I forgot to eat these pretzels.
I still have this bag. I guess I'll take them with me again.
Right, and then I'm not hungry, so I'm not going to eat them. And then I get back on the plane, and I do the same thing over again. And then my backpack is just filled with airplane pretzels.
And I was thinking about that, it's going to get to a point where I might have to throw some of them out because my backpack will become too heavy. Yeah, my backpack will become too heavy with all these pretzels.
And you know what? And then they get mushed and they get cracked and the package gets all, and you're like, well, now there's probably not even a chance they're any good inside. So.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just sad. But so shout out Frank. That is
thank you, Frank.
Yeah, Frank, that is good. Also, AD, before we get out of here, we have to do, as we do every single week, our Bowdoin College football update. AD, as we know.
Give me some good news for once. This
Bowdoin College is they were the first college to cancel their football season last year during COVID, and we were devastated. This is the #1 Bowdoin College football podcast on the internet. At Bowdoin College is a small college up in Maine. They are the Bowdoin College Polar Bears, and we are big fans of them. We were
fans.
Actually, we were devastated when they canceled their season last year. We're happy to announce they're back this year. Well, this year, yeah. Because if you know, they started the season 0-4, I think 0-3, maybe
0-3.
And this week they had another big game, and we're finding out
Wesley,
together. Oh my gosh, they lost a heartbreaker.
It almost went to overtime. It looks like
38-35, the final on the road at Wesleyan University. AD, that's a backbreaker for our boys. I hate that one. I feel like Dan Campbell. I feel like I want to cry right now with how bad our guys continue to fight, and yet
some people
they're just coming up short.
Some people are already calling it the game of the year. I mean, some people are calling it that, but
they're going to win. They're going to win a game. I promise you that.
Yeah.
We're close. We are close.
You know who? What game I've had circled on my calendar?
What's that?
Tufts University. It's a big one. That's in 2 weeks.
That's in
so
2
it's not
weeks.
this
Look,
weekend.
but AD,
Yeah.
you know the rule around here. We take it one game at a time.
1 week at a time.
1 week at a time. Next up on the docket, Amherst College. Okay. Amherst College.
Oh boy, Amherst is good this year too. They're 3-1. Oh boy, it's going to be a tough one.
This is tough. Already 0-4 in the NESCAC conference. You know, it's sad because I'm scared that Bowdoin's going to be one of those schools that, like, at the end of non-conference games, like, Bowdoin's going to be chanting NESCAC, 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 and like they're going to be like when Vanderbilt chants SEC. You know, it's like, like, let's like chill, Commodores. Okay, you're Vanderbilt, right? You don't get to live off the success of Alabama. All right,
right?
That's what I'm afraid right. Bowdoin is for the rest of the NESCAC. But all right, big week this week. Amherst College at home.
Amherst.
Look, to all the Bowdoin Polar Bears, get there early, be loud, and be proud. Okay, 1 p.m. kick.
Tailgate.
Tailgate hard. Amherst. Let's take down what was Amherst? The what is that?
The
mascot.
The Mammoths.
Are they the Mammoths?
They are the Mammoths, yes.
The Amherst Mammoths. That doesn't.
Yes.
That's not. I like alliteration.
You know what? I would have never have guessed. I would have never have guessed that they were the Mammoths. Like
I wouldn't either.
If you gave me even if I saw that logo, I would have said like Rams or like.
Well, and then the next 2 weeks are, and then the next week is Tufts, which I think they're the Elephants or something. So we've got like back-to-back elephant mascots. Damn, who's after that? Alabama?
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. All right. So that's our Bowdoin College football update. Shout out to our boys. Go get them. Go get them this week. Look, put all that behind you. All right. Take the Dan Campbell approach. Go bite off some kneecaps and go pull out a win for the season. AD, you got anything for the road?
Just something quick for the people out there. As you can see, I have one right here. Just remember to water these things. They need water every day. You know, if some plants don't need it every day, but just remember to water them.
Water your plants, people. Just don't forget. All right. That's what AD is here for. Just to remind you to water your plants. Hey, if you don't mind, if you guys are new to Cork Bats, give us a follow on Instagram. Our Instagram account was deactivated by the UFC. They came head-onning. We posted a 15-second clip of one of their fights after the fact that the fight was over. And 2 weeks later, our account was completely deactivated, and we have not been able to get it back from Instagram. So we had to start a brand new Instagram account. It's at CorkBats2, like the sequel. So give us a follow. Help us get back to where we were at on Instagram before. It sucks. All of our content, all of our followers gone for good, and we had to start over from scratch.
More so the content part, because there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
We did a lot of content on our Instagram page, and so we'd like to have fun with it. So give at CorkBats2 a follow, and as you do, subscribe wherever podcasts are found for the Junk Drawer. We appreciate all the support and love that you've given us. If you're new here because of Jason Kidd's collar, again, shout out to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason Kidd for wearing that too.
Shout out to Jason Kidd. AD, should we buy one of those Mitchell and Ness?
I think we should. I think it should be our Christmas gift to each other.
We each get each other one.
Yeah, and then we can open it at the same time, and then
it's like, oh, what'd you get me? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, I like that. I like that idea. Okay. All right. Well, thanks so much. AD, do you know how I end this broadcast? Or like what I say to end it?
No, I don't think so.
I feel like there's something
I did at one point
at the end.
Oh, no. It's how we begin it.
Oh, what's that? I already forgot.
Ahoy.
Ahoy.